the truth they tried to hide from us for years. Africa, a land of resilience, ingenuity, and unmatched creativity. When we look at the story of Africa, we often find it entangled in myths. Myths of primitive tribes and a backward continent before the arrival of Europeans. But the truth is far different. Africa was a hub of civilization, a land of advanced metallurgy, architectural marvels, and cultural sophistication long before the colonial era. Welcome my Blackness 100, the channel that promotes Black excellence and empowerment. Hit that like button, comment, and make sure to subscribe. Share this video. Celebrate Africa's true history. In this video, we'll take a journey through Africa's remarkable achievements, from the Great Benin Wall to the libraries of Timbuktu, and even the stunning 6,000-year-old boat discovered in Nigeria. We'll also explore the vibrant metalwork industry of Africa, which was looted by colonizers and taken to Europe. Pieces of Black excellence that the world is just beginning to fully appreciate. The Great Benin Wall, a masterpiece of African engineering and urban planning. Located in present-day Nigeria, the Benin Kingdom was a powerful civilization that stood tall for centuries. The Great Benin Wall was a vast system of defensive trenches and earthworks that spanned over 16,000 kilometers, more than the distance from New York to Tokyo. The construction of this wall wasn't just a show of military power. It was a demonstration of African ingenuity in urban design, requiring a deep understanding of landscape engineering, hydrology, and military strategy. This wall helped protect the capital of Benin from invaders, showcasing the kingdom's strength and its sophisticated engineering skills. But sadly, when the British invaded in 1897, they dismantled parts of the wall and looted the city, stealing invaluable artifacts in the process. Timbuktu, the intellectual heart of Africa. Next, we travel to Timbuktu, the intellectual center of Africa, where the world's first universities and libraries flourished. Timbuktu, located in modern-day Mali, was a hub of knowledge in the 14th and 15th centuries. The University of Sankore became a center of learning, drawing scholars from across the Islamic world. Timbuktu was more than just a city. It was a symbol of intellectual Black excellence, with libraries that housed thousands of manuscripts on topics ranging from astronomy and mathematics to medicine and geography. Timbuktu scholars weren't just learning, they were advancing knowledge and contributing to the world's intellectual heritage. These achievements challenged the colonial myth that Africa had no history of education or learning. Timbuktu's legacy lives on, reminding us that Africa has always been a land of knowledge and wisdom. The great mosques of Mali and Shanghai, African masterpieces of architecture. Africa's architectural brilliance isn't just confined to walls and mosques. Look to the mosques of Mali and Shanghai, like the Great Mosque of Djenné. This stunning mud brick structure is one of the largest and most impressive buildings in Africa, showcasing the skill of African architects and builders. Constructed in the 13th century, the mosque stands as a testament to the architectural prowess of African civilizations. In Timbuktu, the Sankore Mosque wasn't just a place of worship, it was a center of education where the intellectual life of the city thrived. These mosques symbolize the spiritual and intellectual unity of the people and their ability to merge religion with architecture in ways that are still admired today. But Africa's excellence doesn't stop with walls and mosques. Africa was also home to master blacksmiths who created metalwork that rivaled any civilization. In the Benin Kingdom, blacksmiths produced bronze and brass sculptures that depicted royalty, gods, and animals, works of art that were admired for their detailed precision and beauty. These Benin bronzes were once part of the king's royal court, displayed in temples and palaces.
Sadly, when the British invaded Benin in 1897, they looted these bronzes, taking them to Europe, where they became the prized possessions of museums and collectors. These stolen artifacts are not just relics of Africa's past. They are symbols of Black excellence that was ripped away by colonization. Today, these Benin bronzes are a reminder of Africa's lost heritage and the need for repatriation. The art of metalwork was not limited to the Benin Kingdom. Across Africa, blacksmiths in the Ghana Empire, the Mali Empire, and the Songhai Empire produced tools, weapons, and jewelry that were highly valued. These creations demonstrate that Africa had a thriving industrial sector long before the Europeans arrived to exploit the continent's resources. The discovery of the ancient boat in Nigeria, West Africa's maritime innovation. In 1987, an incredible discovery was made in Nigeria. A 6,000-year-old boat, the Dufuna canoe, was unearthed in the Yobe River basin. This discovery not only challenged historical perceptions, but revealed that West Africans were pioneers in maritime technology long before European explorers set sail. The Dufuna canoe was made from a single tree trunk, and at 8 meters long, it was designed for navigation along rivers and lakes. This shows that Africa wasn't just a landlocked continent. West Africans were explorers of the seas and rivers, with the ability to travel and trade across vast distances. What's even more fascinating is how this discovery connects to the possible early contact between West Africans and Native Americans. Some historians have speculated that the technology and skills used to craft the Dufuna canoe could have been part of a larger network of exploration that extended across the Atlantic. The discovery of similar boats in the Americas and the accounts of native Indians describing African-like figures suggest that these two worlds may have had earlier contact than previously thought. Africa's legacy. A history of innovation, resilience, and Black excellence. From the towering Benin Wall to the intellectual brilliance of Timbuktu and the maritime innovations of Nigeria, Africa's history is rich with examples of Black excellence and technological ingenuity. These accomplishments weren't just isolated moments in time. They represent the foundation of Africa's legacy, a continent that has always been a leader in innovation, trade, and culture. And when we look at the stolen artifacts and the 6,000-year-old boat from Nigeria, we realize that Africa's history has been hidden for too long. These are not just relics of the past. They are part of a vibrant and powerful legacy that should be celebrated and reclaimed. So next time you hear the myth that Africa had no history before colonization, remember the Great Benin Wall, the libraries of Timbuktu, the ancient boat of Nigeria, and the metalwork industry that once flourished across the continent. These are the real stories of Africa, stories of Black excellence, creativity, and innovation. Now let's turn our attention to one of West Africa's most formidable and innovative empires, the Dahomey Empire, known for its advanced military, industrial prowess, and artistic achievements. Located in present-day Benin, the Dahomey Empire was a powerhouse that thrived between the 17th and 19th centuries. What makes Dahomey stand out is not just its military might, but its innovations in technology and manufacturing. The Dahomey blacksmiths were known for their advanced metalworking skills, producing weapons, tools, and ornaments that were highly prized. These craftsmen created intricate ironwork that not only served military purposes, but also became a symbol of power and status within the empire. One of the most legendary aspects of the Dahomey Empire were the Amazons, an elite group of female warriors who were trained in combat and were considered among the fiercest fighters in the world. But the empire was also highly organized, with its own trade routes, administration, and craft industries that showcased its technological and industrial excellence. The Dahomey Empire was an example of how African civilizations were not just leaders in warfare, but also in craftsmanship, engineering, and innovation. Africa's Legacy, a history of innovation, resilience, and Black excellence. From the towering Benin Wall to the intellectual brilliance of Timbuktu and the maritime innovations of Nigeria, Africa's history is rich with examples of Black excellence and technological ingenuity. These accomplishments weren't just isolated moments in time. They represent the foundation of Africa's legacy, a continent that has always been a leader in innovation, trade, and culture. And when we look at the stolen artifacts and the 6,000-year-old boat from Nigeria, we realize that Africa's history has been hidden for too long. These are not just relics of the past. They are part of a vibrant and powerful legacy that should be celebrated and reclaimed. So next time you hear the myth that Africa had no history before
Colonization. Remember the Great Benin Wall? The libraries of Timbuktu? The ancient boat of Nigeria? The metalwork industry that once flourished across the continent? And the innovative Dahomey Empire? These are the real stories of Africa. Stories of Black excellence, creativity, and innovation. If you've been inspired by Africa's rich history of innovation and resilience, hit that like button, comment, and make sure to subscribe. Share this video, celebrate Africa's true history, and let's ensure that the world recognizes Africa's greatness. Watch more Black excellence videos on the channel, My Blackness 100, the channel that is changing the narrative on Blacks.